welcome back to my studio. Today I want to show you a new journal, and this journal I'm calling it French Blue Journal, and it comes from many different Etsy sellers, the digitals, mainly the main digital creators are Digital Wisdom Corner, Paper Snippets. Today I am going to show you a project that was inspired by Angela Kerr's video, and I will put the link on the description for the video. I am making a variation from her project. It is like a multi-pocket, but I'm gonna make it different from her. And I printed all these pages for the ephemera on 48 pounds paper, Hewlett Packard 48 pounds paper. So this is the project that I'm going to show you today, and later on I will show you some more. If we have time, I will show you more things that I have done on the video, on the journal. So this is what Angela Kerr did, and it is a multi-pocket. This is going to be glued as a belly band. I haven't done that yet because I ordered some decorative brads. They have not arrived, and I didn't want to wait any longer to post this video. So I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. So it has a pocket in here that I put that in there. It has another one in here. It doesn't have anything behind that unless you put it in the same pocket. Because we put it like a belly band, we glue here and here so that we could have access to these two pockets in here and in here. Those two pockets. And then this is going to be glued like a belly band in here after I have done, because I want to put something that to cover that brad in there. So I have to glue that after I have changed the brad, and then I'm going to glue this in here, here and here, and it's going to have another pocket in here. And that's different from Angela's because she glued that completely. I'm going to have a pocket there, and I also put this in here to make it different to show you. I put this tags in there with the brad. So that is these two things, this and the belly band is what is different from Angela's. She glued this completely down, and she didn't make it a pocket, but I'm gonna make it a belly band, and also I'm gonna put these things in here. So that's what is different. I'm gonna show you another variation of this after we have done this project. So let's get started. So this is from Scrapbooking with me. She doesn't have it in her store, but she put it in one of the kits that she sent us, and I love it. I love it. And I'm gonna show you what you're gonna need for this project. You're gonna need a journal card that is 6 inches by 3.5, or 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 6 inches. And then you're gonna need this, this is not 48 pounds, but this is like 32 pounds. And this, you can cut it from one of those 12 by 12 if you want to, but it is 5 inches tall and 11 inches long. So 11 by 5. And you're gonna make this, it's gonna be the part that is going in the back, and the front is going to be a pocket. So we are going to put a notch in there so that people know that it is a pocket. And then you can ink if you want. And then we are going to glue this part, and it's going to be a pocket, so we're going to glue here and here. very, very close to the bottom so that you have more space to put things inside. And we're gonna leave this to dry while I show you the other part that we are adding. So what I did was I folded, I forgot to tell you, I folded in the middle. So I folded in the middle and I put the notch. And now I make a pocket. This is different that we're gonna do then. So you take the 11 by 5 piece and you fold it in the middle and then you put the notch and then you glue it. So we're going to do this one right after this one. We are going to add up an envelope. And what I did was, let me show you my envelope. What I did was I backed this, and what I did was all these things that I'm showing you, again, is from that seller, Digital Wisdom Corner, except this one. All of these things are from him, and they're so gorgeous. And what I'm gonna do in here is, he has this in his packet. I cut, this comes in here like this, in his packet, and I cut that in there. And now I'm gonna fold it in those dotted lines, but I'm trying to keep the dotted line inside so they don't show in the outside. And I didn't do a good job. It looks like it has a tiny bit of the black, but that's all right. That's all right. And then we're gonna glue these in here like a pocket. So underneath and the two sides, I'm going to put a tiny bit of color on this flag because it's gonna show. So let's put, make sure you have it the right side. And it was back very pretty, but because I wanted to back that. Now I think that this paper with the butterfly that I put in the back of this, I think it's Rachel Bella. So I'm telling you, I use many different artists, but if there's something specific that you want, ask me, and I'm gonna try to find where did I took it from, okay? Just ask me. So now we're gonna try to put it in there. So today is my birthday, and I'm gonna go out with my family, but the thing is my son is working today. So we're gonna go out tomorrow. I'm gonna go out to a place in Fort Lauderdale that they make sandwiches that are super, super good. And they also have ice cream. I have not had ice cream for many, many months, maybe a year. So I said to my husband, I want to eat some ice cream. So we're gonna let this dry. Now you have a pocket, you have a pocket here, you have a pocket there, and a pocket here. I'm gonna put that aside, and you just have to cut this from his packet and ink it. It comes already inked, but you can ink the borders. And then you have to cut these, and the size that I made it is 1 3/4 by 5 inches tall, and 1 3/4 is and then you need a backing. You need to place a backing. So what we're gonna do in here is we're gonna put these 3 things, and I need to make a hole, and there's one thing I forgot to bring, my crocodile. So I'm gonna make the holes with a small one because, you know, I don't want it too big. This is for a bride. And again, I'm not going to use the brad that I have because I want the decorative one, but you use whatever you have. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to take these three things, and you're going to put it together. You want to see where you want these, where you want the hole in there, and mark it. And then make the hole in there. Oh, come on. There it is. And then with the brad, you're gonna take the brad and put all things in here like that. I'll show you like this. You put all things together and you put the brad in there. And the reason why we need a backing, to glue a backing in here, is because this is going to be a belly band in here. And we don't want anything interpeding that we're going to have this inside there. So the next thing that you're going to do after you put the brad, you're going to completely glue another, again, 1 3/4 by 5. Again, you're going to completely glue it in there. Completely glue it so that you cover where the brad is. And then you're going to take this and you're going to glue only the top and the bottom and glue it in here because it's going to be a belly band. And it's going to have a pocket in here because it's a belly band. So you have pocket both. You can enter it from both sides because it's a belly band. And the way you're going to do now, and let me tell you before I do that, I'm going to tell you the exact measurements of these three things that I put in there. You can put whatever you want to. And this one is 3 1/4. This one by 2. So 2 by 3 1/4, and this is the first one that is on the top. And then I have 2 others that are smaller. And this one is 1 3/4 by 1 1/2 by 1 3/4, and this one is 2 1/2 by 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. Those are the size of these three things that I put, but they are inside of his kit. If you use his kit, you just have to cut it from his kit. Okay, so that it is. And now I'm going to show you how to put it together on the journal. You're going to go to the journal, and this thing that you made, you're going to glue it top and bottom because it's a belly band. You see, it has a pocket in here and a pocket in here. Then this card that I gave you, you're going to put it inside that pocket in here that I not gave you, that I show you. And then in here, inside this belly band, you can put this card, which I don't know if I told you, is 3 1/2 by 1 3/4 by 3 1/2. And you can put this in one here. You can put it any size as long as it fits inside that belly band. And then the pocket that we just made, and mine is coming undone, but I'm gonna glue it. Inside I put this, which is also inside the packet, his packet. Look how gorgeous. and I fold it and I put it inside the, and I will tell you that this that is inside this packet is 3.5 by 4.25. 4.25 by 3.5, and you just have to fold it. You can put some of the ink, and then you can fold it. And what I did, I wanted it to distress it a tiny bit, so that's what I did. And you distress it as much as you want, and then you put it inside that pocket, which is an envelope, and then put an envelope in there. So that's the first project that I want to show you. Let me show you a second one. So this is the second one. I put it in here. Look how pretty it is. And it's the same concept. It has the pocket, which is 5 tall by 11, and I put it in there, and we're gonna glue it in here and here. We'll do it in a second. And then it has the top section. Let me take all this from there so that you can see it. Oops. Oh my goodness. Come on. You have to wait until everything has dried before you put them inside, so that doesn't happen. Okay. So that's the pocket, and it has, this is a belly band. Look how pretty. This is also included in there. And it has to be less than 5 inches tall, and you can do it as long at the same side as this if you want to, or smaller, whatever you have. You can put in there below that belly band. There's the pocket that we show you in here at the top. And I forgot to put the notch in on this one, but I'm gonna put it on the other one. And you put this journal card in there, and we have a different envelope that is also included in his packet. And inside I put another card that is also included in his packet. And you put it in here, and there's another card. The thing is also, like, I think I did put that teacup in there. He has some with the teacup, but he has also teacups that are separated. So I like to, some of his pieces I will show you that I made using his packet, using canvas, and I will show you. But this one will go inside here, because this is a belly band, so you can put on both sides, and this is also. So the thing about different from Angela's is that I made it again a belly band in here, so I can put that. And I also made this notepad. I also made this a notepad. So that's what is different. So there are so many variations. Like, for example, you can make it a belly band and then put another pocket on at the top. You can put another pocket. So there's so many things that you can put from this idea, Angela. Inspired by her project, you can make so many variations. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. Then I'm going to show you some other things I have added to this journal. This is that card, and I do not remember if I added the teacup, but the teacup, he has teacups, and you go to canvas and you crop the teacup from the page. You can put it, like, you have a page and you have this already, you grab another page, another photo, and you put it smaller, and then you crop that teacup, and then you put it in here. And you can, before putting it in here, you can remove the background with canvas. And I'm going to show you later that you can also add a shadow, which I didn't do in here because at that time I didn't know that, but I learned it afterward, after I did this one. But I will show you. So let's do this one real fast so that I can show you other stuff. So we're gonna What? Sometimes it doesn't do a good job. Just have to go back again. And then you ink. All that you know. I don't have to tell you all that. Then this, instead of making it one thing, I made it a whole, like a booklet. So the size is 4 1/4 by 5. 4 1/4 by 5. And I fold it in half. And then I cut papers. They're all over. They were not like that, but everything came undone. Ooh, I didn't cut that. I'm gonna have to cut it outside of camera so that I don't have put you through that torture. So put all these pages together the best you can. And the pages are 2 inches by 5, 2 by 5. And then you're going to staple this in here. And it doesn't matter what staples you're using, because we are gonna glue on top with everything caught in here. I thought I did put it in there. Oh, here it is. Things that we're gonna use today. Then you are gonna measure this and glue it in there. And since you are also gluing the back, that will hide the 2 staples that we put in there. And since this is gonna be glued at the top and the bottom, you're not gonna see that. Then I put, if you want to, you don't have to do that, but I put some the Velcro dots. When you use Velcro, there are 2 different types. There's one that is very pinchy and the other one softer. You need to have both. And we are gonna glue, we're gonna put a tiny bit of glue in here because I don't trust this glue. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. And we're gonna put it in there, and then we're gonna put this on top the way it's gonna go, and then we're gonna put a tiny bit of glue on the top, and then we're gonna close it and stay until it dries. Let's leave that for a second until it dries, and I'm going to show you this. What I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna do it in front of you because I want to show you. I'm gonna cut at the dots, doing it differently, and I'm going to cut this like this because I'm making it a gusset pocket. The way you make a gusset pocket, ooh, I didn't leave anything on this side. Okay, so that's perfect because then I can show you how to do that. Let me cut this real fast. Okay. So I didn't make this a gusset pocket accidentally. So I'm gonna glue this in here and I'm gonna make it a gusset pocket. I have to wait until it dries. Yeah, what I'm gonna do also on this one, What I'm gonna do also on this one is that I'm gonna score it so that I do not undo what I'm doing here. So that's how you do gusset pockets. And I wanna take this opportunity to thank Celeste from Woodline Inspired, because she is commenting on my videos and she's so wonderful. So that's how you make a gusset pocket. It doesn't matter if they're not the same size or they're crooked like I am making crooked in here. That's all right. So we're gonna fold that, let that dry and finish with the rest. So this is gonna be glued on top of those gusset pockets, so I'm going to cut it. Scoreboard, you can use a ruler or you can use a ruler and one of these to score if you don't have a scoreboard. If it becomes undone while we glue, we can also use washi tape. It only became undone on a section. Let me just do it on all the sides. You know, sometimes I don't do this. I do it without the scoreboard, but I want to show you the proper thing to do. It became undone in one section, and we're going to glue it, and that's it. Only one section. I always have a wipe, a dry wipe, and I use it for this. Then if you want to, you can use the ink and ink. Then you're going to take the other part that you cut and you're going to glue it on top of here. If the gusset that you created, they should not be touching. If they do, you can cut more. You can cut them more, and then they don't touch. Okay, it looks good. Yeah, a tiny bit more ink. Okay, so let's let that dry. And we just have to glue this one. And we're gonna be done with this one. And this beautiful background piece is from my porch print. And I'm telling you, I use many different artists. So now we're gonna put all this together. Okay, you're gonna put a notch in here. Side, what side is gonna be my main side? So before you put the notch, you have to decide where you wanna, if I put it here, most of my flowers will be covered. So I think I'm gonna use this side so that when I put it here, I still have some flowers. So this is gonna be my front, and I'm gonna put the notch in there. And you can ink if you want. And then this is gonna be glued as a belly band. I'm putting, since they have the staples, I'm gonna go until I cover the staples too. But on the bottom, I'm gonna put a smaller section. Then I'm gonna glue it in here. And this is probably why I didn't put it on the other one. So you decide if you want to put it or not. The notch. So you have one with the notch and one without the notch. So let's wait until that dries. So this is the journal. And I put it in the back in here. So this is what I did. You have it up to here. It goes again. Okay, so now that you have that in there, you glue it. This is gonna be a belly band. This is a pocket already. See, this is a pocket already. This is a pocket. We made a pocket. You're gonna glue the back part of the pocket on the top and the bottom. You're gonna glue it to the page because you want the top so that you can put your journal card in there. The journal card, all that I did was cut it, and this one is from the paper snippets, all the ones that have the pretty boys and girls and the cottages. Those are from the paper snippets. And the information that you need on the digitals, just let me know. I printed them on the 48 pounds paper and I bagged them. And then you can also, all of them, you can ink them. But you know all that already. So then this is gonna be go in here like this. So I'll show you. So you have it already glued top and bottom. Then you can put this at the top. How pretty. Bluebird Cottage. Then you have the tag that you decide to put. I put that one because I thought it was beautiful, and this is from the Digital Wisdom Corner. This one is also from the Digital Wisdom Corner. And the beautiful that we just created, you put a card inside or whatever you want to put inside, also from the Digital Wisdom Corner, and you put this in here. So that's that project. Now I want to show you more projects. If they can fit in this video, I will put them together. If not, they will be on the next video.